All right, and we're back. Once again, that was It All Came From a Thought by Squadda B, who's joining us here in the studio today for a live exclusive interview. Also, I believe, are you recording the music video for that right now?
Yeah, I figured why not, man. You know, I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to have this. I heard Shady Blaze was here before, right?
Yeah, about almost a decade ago now, which is crazy.
Getting old. We getting old, baby.
Shout out to DJ Strongarm back in the day.
DJ Strongarm. Yeah, that's a crazy name, man. Respect. Hell yeah. So Shady been here, so I figured I might as well, do the most I can while I'm here. It's a legendary spot. I appreciate you for having me here, man.
Sure,
so
man.
let's
I'm a fan, so I'm happy to have you here as well.
I'm a fan too. I was listening on the way up.
Talking about your voice and stuff like that, and how we like the way that everything came together and shit like that. So
it's good. It's good. That's why we got the dump button. But yeah. So I do want to talk about your new music. You got a couple albums that you dropped this year with the one that we just heard, The Wonderful World of Squadda B, as well as the SM6, which is Secret Mixtape 6, if I'm right.
you are very much correct. I'm gonna have to play the presidential role and think before I speak in this one. But yes, you are right. I released 2 albums this year. I released a little more than that, but I didn't advertise it. So there's 2 advertised releases that I did this year. I also got a whole mixtape I released named Chaos Mayhem on my Bandcamp. I released music under the name Squadda Bambino as like a some songs I'm really proud of and want the world to hear. Some stuff is a little more intimate and close to chest. So whenever I want to get real naughty, I throw that on my Squadda Bambino.
Okay, and that's on Bandcamp?
It's on Bandcamp. Yeah, so greenovermusic.bandcamp.com is where all the old
Main Attrakions stuff. I appreciate y'all showing Main Attrakions love too. I saw the Bossellini Fulion CD in here. Like that's huge. That's huge. So I appreciate y'all. But yeah, all my releases, or a lot of my releases since the Main Attrakion days of 2011 or 12, those are all on my Bandcamp. But we're working to get them all on streaming. So
yeah, I've been wondering about that. Like I know 808s and Dark Grapes 3, I think, is on streaming. I think Bossellini's and Fulion's is on there as well, but a lot of your kind of older stuff is not on there. So
yeah, so 808s 3, we did that with Vapor Records, who their claim to fame was Tegan and Sarah. They put them out, and it was ran. Rest in peace, Elliot, man. Elliot was a good dude. Elliot was like one of the first older record label people that I got the pleasure of learning from. He was Neil Young's road manager, and he allegedly, I think he started Asylum Records with David Geffen, or I could be totally wrong about that, but yeah, so 808s 3 came out with him, so that was always on streaming. I just put out 808s 2 on streaming. That wasn't on streaming for a long time. We just made Pitchfork's like 50 greatest hip-hop albums of all time, which is a super surreal blessing.
Yeah, and you had a couple other albums you were involved with as well on that list.
Absolutely. Shout out Lil B, Six Kiss. That was, one of the first albums I ever produced on. And shout out Danny Brown, the big homie, the boss. Danny Brown, I got on Triple X, which was kind of the same thing. I probably like a year after I got on Six Kiss, I got on that. And then
about the same time.
Around the same time, yeah. So it's time to get some new ones on there. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. And Danny Brown just dropped as well.
Yeah, Stardust. Yeah, Danny Brown, he's got I saw y'all are giving out some tickets. Let me watch my mouth. We're giving out some tickets. And so yeah, do what you got to do to try to get some tickets there. I'm trying to get as many people as I can on that list. Even with me being on his record label, it's not that easy. So,
are you gonna be out at that show?
Oh yeah, it's a Bruiser Brigade thing. I'm gonna be there.
Fire. All right, so starting off, we'll take it all the way back to the beginning. You first kind of started to rise to prominence around like 2009, 10, 11. But when did you really start getting into music? Start making music?
Making music. I wrote music for as long as I can remember. I think Main Attrakions, we started off as a garage band pretty much, just recording on, back then it was cassette players. Back then, like 2002 and 3, or 3 and 4, we were on karaoke machines.
Oh, wow.
So we were recording as like 13, 14-year-olds on karaoke machines, filling them things out. But we were in studios. His cousin was on a record label. His cousin was a part of this rap group, Boys in Black, who performed with Keek the Sneak and a lot of just Bay Area artists back then. So we were gassed up messing with them. He was taking us into studios in 2004, 2005 as 13-year-olds and whatnot. So we were making music since then. If you know rap music, I would say David Banner and Lil Flip, Like a Pimp, Lil Flip, Game Over beat. Those were the first beats we ever got into the studio and recorded on. So technically we were making music since then, but we didn't get online until I dropped out of school. Once I dropped out of school and I really focused on getting us online. So I would say 2008, 2009.
Was that when you were in like high school or?
Yeah, I left during 10th grade and, focused on the music 2000%. Mm-hmm. And, at this time, you had the pack blowing up, Vans and all that. So like it really felt like there was a big bag to make with music. It felt like there was a lot of money to make. And I honestly felt like I wasn't going to do nothing in college. So salute to everybody here in college making something of yourself. Please do that. Please go hard. Make your parents proud. Make yourself proud because it's hard without it. Mm-hmm. But 2008, 2009, we started putting our stuff out. Digital Drip, datpiff.com for the OGs who know about that. We were just hitting these little avenues online and spreading our stuff. The recording sounded like crap, but we were pushing for it. And I was starting to make beats so we could have a lot more music to put out.
Yeah, and you grew up in Oakland, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of stuff was happening. Like around that time in terms of like Bay Area music, like internet music for sure. Like what was it like being a part of that movement? What were things like?
Normal. It was like it was normal. Like that was a point of time, if I can compare it to today, that was a part of time where you could go down the street and see posters up by other rap groups, NHT, No Home Training, NHT Boys, Team Knock. There was a lot of lower level, not to say they're lower level, but just like DIY, I would probably call it. DIY level bands or rap groups that were coming out. So it was really normal. You would see a lot of different artists doing their stuff. I don't know if people heard of Kafani, the Ice King. Kafani had put out Fast Like a NASCAR at that time, and it was on CD. It didn't have the video yet. It didn't have all that stuff, but you could go outside and see CDs. So it was really normal back then. So back then it was kind of like there was a lot more. It was a different level of success. We didn't have YouTube and stuff like that really taking off back then, but there seemed like, you would still see Vans with artists raps, like artists, the Vans paint job had the artist's face on it and this, that. Like you don't see a lot of that nowadays. Yeah, so back then it was normalized. Like you could be a rapper, you could make it work. So it felt like, it didn't feel that much like a pipe dream back then, but I was inspired enough to leave school to do it. So it was cool. It was the thing to do. It was like, you can do it. It was like everyone could do it. I mean, the pack, like I said, with Lil B, like they you can go to a store. So Too Short has signed them, and Too Short recently had put out an album named Gangsters and Strippers, and it had a DVD that came with it. And in the DVD, the pack had a music video for, I think, Booty Bounce Bopper. And in this music video, it was two girls. It was two girls from my middle school. It was two girls from my class. In that video.
They weren't in middle school though, were they?
At the time, yes. And
they were in the Booty Bounce Bopper video?
Yes. But you got to understand, the pack were probably, so Lil B is, I think, 3 years older than me. So, and if he's the oldest, then they're all in the same range group. They're like 3 years older. So it does sound crazy as I say that, but back then it wasn't that crazy because we were all the same age. Like I looked at them as the same age as us back then. Like I didn't look at them as like these old dudes. Like these dudes were in the same age. Like so it wasn't that crazy. It was crazy just being like, what? I go to school with her. Like so that's how neck and neck everything was back then, like how normal it was to be like a celebrity and make a song and your stuff. Like once I got into high school, I went to school with this dude who was a part of a group, Go Dave, and he had a song called Ride or Die Chick, and that song was huge within schools, and I was in school with him. Like he was right up the street. I mean, I'm right up the class, whatever. It's a few feet away from me every day. So it was normal. It was way normalized.
Yeah. So, and then when you started to come up, you were part of a duo, Main Attrakions.
Yes.
Mondre, MAN.
Absolutely.
You're also associated with Green Nova.
Yes, that was the gang. Green Nova was the family. Main Attrakions were the breadwinners for a point in time. And I started off with that. Like the duo came, like even in middle school, we were a part of a 4-man group, but the other 2 dudes didn't want to rap like that. Like they didn't take it as serious as me and Mondre. Like me and Mondre would rap all the time. They only did it when they felt like it. So that's what happened. And it felt like you gotta understand, we were in middle school. So once I got into high school, me and Mondre didn't go to the same high schools. So it kind of felt like it was over for the group. But we kept linking up and kept making music. And then I guess a year and a half later, I dropped out to do the music, and we kept doing it, and it started working. So I definitely give my salutes to Lil B, because like I was producing for Main Attrakions, but once I got up with Lil B and he started using my beats, it definitely made me believe a little bit more in it, because it's like, yo, this is before Lil B was the bass guy. This is before I'm God happened. This is before, like, I always say, like, Clams was making. I knew of Clams because Clams was producing for other members of the pack, where Lil B comes from.
You have a couple songs with Clams as well.
Yeah. Clams was Clams was another producer who was making his bones at that time. So it was just like right place, right time type thing. And I was producing for Lil B, so it felt like, yo, like Lil B starting to take off. Like, this is doable. Like, I really think, like, if I didn't really I'd still do it, but without those people around me who really seemed like they were making something for themselves, like, I probably wouldn't have went so crazy at it. Like, I went crazy at it because, I mean, I loved it and I did it regardless, but the amount of, like, blood, sweat, and tears and commitment and I'm leaving school for this and all that came from like Lil B and the pack blowing up, and just all the Bay Area hyphy movement at that time, getting big record deals. And, you know, Mr. Fab from North Oakland, from 10 blocks up, he was on MTV. Like, he had the Ghost Ride It video. It would play all the time. Like I would go on summer breaks to freaking my dad's house and turn on MTV and show him like the people from my neighborhood, like, yo, look. So it was a big deal. So yeah, Main Attrakions was my thing. Shout out to Mondre for being someone who, you know, put his verses on the songs and whatnot, and we got to where we need to go.
And Main Attrakions isn't active anymore, but are you
Absolutely
guys on good terms right now? Or?
Absolutely not, but you know, it's cool.
Yeah. We don't have to air anything out if you don't want to.
You know, it's whatever you want to know. You're a cool guy.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to like have you diss anyone or get into like drama or anything. But
you know, whatever you want.
I mean, do you want to talk about why? Do you want to talk about why Main Attrakions is no longer a thing?
Oh man, because dudes gotta get their head in the game. Dudes gotta get their mind right and really start respecting shit. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay. You talked about working with Lil B. Also, around the same time, you were working with artists like A$AP Rocky, Space Ghost Perp. You were on both of their projects.
The timeline's a little crazy. So Lil B was like a little bit before. We got to like A$AP Rocky and stuff came around. I feel like, you know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I feel like, I mean, it was factually years later. So I was working with Lil B first. Main Attrakions was a thing first.
Like Six Kiss was like, what, 2009, and then I think Rocky's first tape was like 2010, 11?
He got his deal in 12,
okay.
I believe he got his deal in 12. And I think I made my songs with him maybe 11 or 12. So it was like time, reading it seems really close, but back then it felt like years apart.
Yeah.
So I was working with Lil B first. We were doing that thing first.
And Rocky was, I knew, so Yams was like, rest in peace to Yams. It was just his birthday. Rest in peace to Yams. Yams was like a prominent internet figure. He was showing a lot of love to artists. Like, he loved the Bay Area. He loved all these different places. So I was really familiar with Yams. When Rocky hit me up, I was hyped because Rocky's from Harlem. I know Yams. It's like, yeah, let's go. But Rocky maybe had like one song out, one video out when I worked with him. And I was hyped because he was from Harlem. I was hyped just like, you know, I didn't really know him like that, but the songs were cool. And we worked with him, and next thing you know, this dude's on fire. And then you hear about a $3 million deal, and you're just like, what?
That
Crazy.
back then, that's insane. That's insane.
Today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today you get a $3 million deal like out off the back like that. Like that's crazy. But yeah, I say all that to say like Rocky was a little later. I started working with Rocky when I had already felt like we were in the door. We were already moving up. Like that's why Rocky hit me up because he knew of the music. Like so that worked out. That definitely worked out. But the whole time, Space Ghost Perp was around the same time as Rocky. That era, I feel like that was like more 2012, and that era was when these things had legs already. Like it obviously was a lucrative type thing at that point.
Yeah. Do you feel like you kind of like built the platform that kind of built up the underside of that?
I was there. I was there. You know, I was there. I definitely was there. When I started working with Lil B around 2008, it was like he was stepping away from the pack because you got to understand, Lil B was famous. Like the pack was a huge deal. Like I don't know if people really understand that. Like the pack was a huge deal. The pack was like the biggest thing out the Bay Area. Like I was going to LA and hearing the Vans, got my Vans on, they look like sneakers. I was hearing that when no other Bay Area artist was played, period. So like I'm hearing it come out of cars and be like, oh, that's from back home. Like, hey. Because my dad's in LA. I was born in LA. I moved to Berkeley when I was like 2 years old, then moved to Oakland. But the pack was a huge deal. So when Lil B was stepping away from the pack, it was like he was doing different type music. He was rapping on juke beats. He was doing like all type of cool stuff. So I was like,
I mean, he'll rap on anything. That's one thing I like about him.
And it was the beginning of that. Like I didn't know he had that in him. So I was really just like, what? You're doing this, you're doing that. I gotta be down with you. And I got down with him and we started building it up. And then from there, he ended up making some pretty big videos, but once I'm God hit, it was like boom. Like the world was like, yo, Lil B. He ended up getting on a Lil Wayne mixtape. He ended up like the world just started doing his things. You see Justin Bieber doing his cooking dance. People are still doing variations of the cooking dance today.
Hey, and people still, I mean, based is like a huge word.
Oh my God.
It kind of got taken away from its original meaning, but.
You said it. I forgot about that bass stuff. That bass stuff is crazy. Yeah, that bass stuff is crazy. It's all surreal. That's the thing with Lil B. Like it was all surreal. Like it all just felt like this isn't real. Like I remember when I was producing for him and Soulja Boy ended up signing him. This was probably like 2011. It was surreal. Lil B's like, I'm with Soulja Boy. Send more beats. I'm with Soulja Boy. I'm like, oh, Soulja Boy's hearing my beats. This is surreal.
Yeah.
So and Danny was also, so Lil B had already put the battery in my back, so to say. But when Danny came around, Danny was into a different realm of the music stuff. Danny was working with Tony Ayo at the time. And I was a huge Unit fan. So like for Danny to be working with 50 Cent's Lil Man, like not to call him a Lil Man, but like just saying like 50 Cent's man, like that was huge. So I'm like, somebody who's in with these dudes wants to rap on my beats or wants to rap with us and stuff like that. So like, yeah, Danny came in and Danny was a huge influence as well. Danny, he was like an internet darling at that time too. Like
the like blog era or whatever you want to call that.
The wild era?
The blog.
Oh, the blog era. Heck yeah. Nah, Danny was a huge, and the thing with Danny also was like, I got on the Triple X. So I was working with Danny before Triple X. So Triple X took him off to the next level, like I'm God took Lil B off to the next level. And
so you've been like tapped in with him for a while, but when did you like become part of the brigade?
You know, I heard certain things after I got with them that I was, wanted. I was wanted over there for a while, but Danny's a money maker. Danny's business. Danny's big business. Like I respect Danny the same way I respect Lil B. Like they make this. Like the way I would look at a Jay-Z is the way I look at them. Like they make it look good and they make it look lucrative and they make it look like more than a hobby. So Danny was busy, but we worked with Danny. Danny was giving me verses way, way back before he was really on his big money run. But I linked up with the brigade officially a little bit after COVID, which is crazy. But I had got back in contact with Danny around 2019, 2020. I produced a song, Have Mercy, that was on one of Bruiser Brigade's first like collaboration albums and stuff like that. So I got to come back around. I didn't know the song I got with Danny Brown, I Will, from 2011 or from 12. It's like, that thing is like a hit, like within within his world. Like I was out in Detroit and they played it during a party, and I'm like, I made this beat. Like, that's crazy. I remember him playing the sold out show 2013-14 in Oakland. He played that song and it went crazy. Like, that's actually a hit. But I got down with the Brigade around 2021. Shout out to Skywalker, the producer, and Danny Brown's main DJ out there. He pretty much was like, what you got going on out there? What you doing? Like, come mess with us. Come mess with us. And I was like, yeah. But right previously to that, the last album I had put out before that was on Lil B's record label. I was on Base World Records.
Okay.
And that was interesting. That was pretty cool. Like, that was another surreal moment. Like, I went from really begging this dude to rap on my beats to being one of his first official artists. Like, that was a blessing for sure. And the main thing throughout all this stuff is like, I need to make better music. That's like the main thing running through my head at all times. It's like, I need to really make stuff that's breathtaking, groundbreaking. Like, I don't even get to revel in the craziness of things. It's kind of more like, all right, I need to really get my stuff together. I need to really put out great music.
And you've been working a lot with the Brigade recently. You had Danny Brown on your album, Z Loopers. You did that tape with JUS as
I got Bruiser Brigade tatted on me. I worked with once they asked me to get down with them and stuff like that, it was like immediate. Like, I down there wanted to move out there right then and there. They're all cool dudes. And I think you told me before you're like kind of living half there, half there. Back and forth. That's the way I want it, honestly. Like, I want to be able to be out there grassroots. See, that's the thing, like, working with them, I've never, since the days of Green Over, when I used to have everyone around, with Green Over, people just got older. Some people lost their mind. Some people lost their grind. Some people are still around, but like, back then it was lovely and we worked really good because we were all together. We were all in the same room. We were all getting high together. We were all, doing our thing and rapping. Bruiser Brigade, it's the same thing. We go out there, we're all in the same room. We're listening to beats, we vibing, and that's what it is. So that's really the way it works. That's how I was able to get the album with JUS, which is crazy good. Shout out Third Shift. If you haven't heard it, go hear it. I'm actually about to start working on a sequel with him next month. I was
about to ask about that because I saw you were talking about it.
Next month, I'm going to start working on another one with him. I'm happy that Z Loopers was able to hop on some of my beats. Fat Ray is incredible. I'm happy that Fat Ray was able to hop on some of my beats. Shout out Bruiser Wolf. I'm happy for his success, and I'm hyped that he got to hop on a beat of mine or two.
I think that was maybe my favorite song off that album.
Wow, now that's some praise right there.
But, I'm also a big fan of DJ Lucas, who was on that song.
Yeah.
Are you tapped in with him at all?
Not exactly. That was my introduction to him. In the same way that the song Have Mercy with Danny Brown was my introduction to JUS. It was like hearing them. That's a crazy feeling to hear somebody for the first time on your production and then having to do the homework afterwards. Like, it's pretty crazy.
I've been following him for like a couple of years now. He's great. Really unique like guy. Definitely tapped in with he had a song with Bruiser Wolf a couple of years ago. No, he almost gives me that same like Lil B type feeling where he'll like rap on anything. He's a super talented guy, so shout out to DJ.
Shout out to DJ Lucas. I would love to work more. I definitely peeped a couple things, not like what I saw.
So your tapes right now, you had the Secret mixtape and the Wonderful World. How was your kind of how did you approach these albums like differently than how you have in the past?
The Wonderful World of Squadda B, JUS really helped put that one together. I kind of like followed JUS's lead on executive producing that. Danny Brown had a huge hand in that also, with some direction and some advice on how it should sound and this, that. So that's different. Wonderful World was definitely, I looked at it as kind of like a DJ Khaled album, but JUS really wanted me to like put more solo songs on it. But I really looked at it as like a compilation album of the Bruiser Brigade on my beats. Like, there's songs on there that I'm not on. Like Detroit Baby with Fat Ray is an incredible song that Fat Ray was gracious enough to give to me. Like, Fat Ray came to the studio and really quarterbacked that whole idea, and I'm lucky. I'm lucky for that. I'm lucky to have JUS there to help me get in with the guys.
Definitely. I felt like that project was very it felt like a kind of retrospective, like you're like reminiscing on like, or not necessarily reminiscing, but just like reflecting on like kind of stuff with like songs like All Came From a Thought, like In the Cloud. Yeah, I thought that was definitely like, I mean, not that you're old, but like kind of as being a veteran in the game, just kind of reflecting on your past work and like that stance as kind of an OG almost.
Yeah, because it's a weird place to be in a new setting around new people, and a lot of them don't know what I've done before. So it's like some knew, but most of them never really like tapped into my stuff. Danny Brown was like the biggest fan of my stuff. So it's like, it's crazy to have done so much, but still have to introduce more people to your stuff and still have to bring that same rigor and that same like passion that you had previously in the years to, you know, keep it going. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's an energy-based industry where it's like, if you have a team, you can get away with not being energetic and not, you know, having some sort of passion about your craft and whatnot. But like, it really does thrive on what you love, what you like doing, what you bring to the table. So to be in it, what is it now, 2025, 26?
Yeah, almost 26.
Yeah, man, it's close to 20 years doing this stuff. And yes, I started young for sure, which I clap it up to myself for that. But like, you know, to be going that long and still have new ideas and still have, you know, a perspective of I'm an artist. And stuff like
you're
that.
Still like putting out work, I think, every year.
Oh yeah, that's the minimum for sure. I went through like a good 3-year phase after Main Attrakions. After I was trying to wonder like what's happening now. Like once Main Attrakions broke up, I eventually landed with Lil B on Bass World Records, and then from Lil B Bass World Records, I went to Danny Brown's Bruiser Brigade. But yeah, this album, The Wonderful World of Squadda B, is like a cool like, you know, welcome back into my world type thing. This is where I am today. Let's talk about the past and let's bring you to the present. Whereas Secret Mixtape 6, Secret Mixtape, those series, they're instrumental albums first off. So SM6 is an instrumental album. I grew up not liking instrumental music. I grew up like talking a bunch of BS about instrumental albums. And I think around 2017, I made my first one, and I called it Secret Mixtape. I wasn't even proud enough to put it out as an album. I called it a Secret Mixtape. And
like for you, when you're like creating instrumental albums, or like beats in general, do you find yourself focusing like, is that like just a standalone, like just listen to the beats, or do you hope that people would like hop on those instrumentals at all? You
know, it's funny. It's definitely the first one you said, like, let's listen to the beats, listen to it as an album. But when I put it out, as a rapper, I know that's what's going to happen because I grew up like buying. That's why I didn't really have a lot of respect for instrumental albums, because growing up I'd buy rap singles. Like I go find the grinding single where it has the instrumental at the end. The only reason I bought the J Arms mixtapes whenever I found them in stores and stuff, like I use instrumentals solely for rapping. I'm a rapper first, so it's like when I see instrumental anything, I'm rapping on it. So it's like these aren't made for listening to, these are made for rapping. So I always keep that in mind and always, you know, make it to where people can rap on it. Shout out Nitty Gritty, Shady Blaze's little brother. He rapped on all of SM6, and I'm about to package that out and put it out.
Jeez, already?
Oh yeah,
just dropped.
Yeah, just dropped. Yeah, Nitty's wild, man. It's in the family. He, you know, Green over Chat 5. But shout out to Sight and Beezy. Sight and Beezy is the fire to my flame right now. They definitely helped me put this album out. I had Secret Mixtape 6 done for about 3 years.
Okay.
And Side and Beezy came along and took over my life, and also put some cool keyboards and stuff onto this album. So SM6 is a really cool album. I worked on it in Bali. I worked on it in Canada. There was a few other places I worked on it, but it's really international. I'm about to release the international not the remix, deluxe edition. I got the France deluxe edition coming in the next couple months, and it's going to be a really cool looking thing. We're going to have limited copies, so it's really, I want people to hear this and just see where I'm at with beats nowadays. Like it's not all the typical cloud rap type beats.
Sure.
There's different type of beats, but I was able to listen to this album under a lot of different circumstances and like it. So I think it's a really good instrumental album if you want to listen to beats. I heard you playing some of the instrumentals behind certain stuff on the radio. I think it's perfect for that. I just, I love instrumental albums because they play a multi-purpose type music palette thing. So,
and do you, so like compared to like back in the day and like making music now, is your like approach different or is your mindset different or?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I will say, if anything, the main difference is I've lost some of my hunger, I hate to say. I intend this year coming up to get that back. I feel like, it was a shallow reason, surface level reason. I think back in 2006 and 2007 when I first started making beats, it was like, I want my name next to these people. I want to be next and seen next to these people. Like I was clout chasing pretty much. Whereas today it's like, I was right there with A$AP Rocky. I was right.
I'm with Danny Brown right now. Danny Brown's running this shit.
It's good. It's good.
So today I have to put that in the back of my mind and really do it I just have to find different reasons. Like I think when I wake up and make beats, especially when I'm in the zone, it's the same thing, same approach. Maybe I'll push if anything outside of that, the only difference today is I'll push myself more to make different sounding stuff and try to up the level because I know there's people who've been listening to me for 10 plus years, so I don't want to bore them. I don't want them to be like, yo, we heard this before, like try something else. Like I'm tired of hearing the same stuff, so I'm definitely looking to give new tricks, do new things to keep people entertained.
At least for me, when like listening to some of your older stuff versus like the new stuff, you can definitely tell, it's the same person. Like it's a Squadda B beat, like the way that you chop things up and things like that. But it definitely is like different in its own way. I especially liked on this recent one, SM6, the last couple tracks, Holding You, Honey Bun, and Going.
Ooh, nice.
The way that you that like sample that you chopped up, I thought was
nice. Yeah, no, that's I think with time you learn, you find new music, you find new socks to put on, pretty much. Like, and I'm happy you like those because those are some of my favorites also. And new classics. I think when Clams hit the lottery with Lil B and made I'm God, I was always into sampling women's voices and things like that. But once he found the Imogen Heap matrix, the glitch in the matrix with that.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out, man.
People are still sampling her today.
And that'll never end. And
it always sounds good. So.
And it's a cheat code.
It is.
It's a cheat code. So once he did that, I definitely intentionally was like, all right, I'm going to sample Imogen Heap. And it worked. I got to meet Vanessa Carlton. I was big into sampling Vanessa Carlton a little bit after that, and I got to meet Vanessa Carlton. I was so scared to tell her that I sampled her stuff, so I didn't tell her. But like, I don't know why I want to say that, but I say that to say like, there's new people to sample. There's new cheat codes, there's new glitches. This is hip hop. I mean, eventually, when I have some money to give them, like I want to definitely bring them into my orbit and hook them up, because like with Bossellini Fulions, that album was us giving back. Like that album was like, I wanted to get Zaytoven. I wanted to go try to find Rob Lowe because I was so inspired by his music. So like I feel like in the future, the type of artist I am, I'm definitely going to make sure they get compensated and definitely make sure their name is attached to my greatness, because it's really their greatness also, because I'm using their voice and their vibe to create a whole new vibe. So.
Yeah, I think that that tape is really interesting because it definitely was like a departure from like the kind of like cloud rap sound, sounded very like intentionally so, and a lot of the like collabs on that album I thought were really cool.
Sick. It's always good to hear reviews on stuff because like especially back in those days, anytime before 2020, my mind was just all in a whole million different places, and it was so much talk and so much just like notoriety spreading that I kind of like tuned out. So it's always cool to go back and Cause like I looked at that album, I love doing it, but so many things didn't go the way I intended on there that I kind of like I discarded that album entirely. So to hear people say they liked it for whatever reason is always pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like very different, I would say.
Very different, intentionally.
And we talked a little bit about this, but you said like coming up at that time, like everything just felt normal. But like specifically for the like cloud rap sound or cloud rap movement, did you guys like feel like you were doing something different at the time?
We 100% were. And I know that as a music listener because like a little bit after that time too, like I found myself like having to listen to the Dream and Future to try to find like this new sound that wasn't really like Wayne started it, but Wayne didn't even really lean into it as hard as he could. Like I feel like a lot of the artists today, they're really leaning into it and I love that. But like as a listener to music, I know what was there and what wasn't there, and I know that we were doing something that wasn't there, and now it's there.
Yeah, and the cloud rap movement is something that really took off, and definitely still like very relevant today. I feel like a lot of the instrumentals that are like popular in the underground or even in the mainstream are very like spacey, very like cloud rap inspired.
Yeah.
Do you like? When you look at some of this younger generation and younger artists, can you see your influence?
Yeah, I mean, I see, like I said, like I see that music sounds different today, and I like that. And I feel like I could fit in with like what's going on easier than back then. Like back then, it was like really oddball type music, whereas today, like you said, even stuff on the radio, it's like it's kind of adjacent to what I like doing. So it's really interesting and it's good. Like I was just listening on our way in, and it was some song that was played, and I was like, it sounds like I could have made that beat. Cool. Like it doesn't make me mad. It's like I feel like there's certain people who want me to be mad about it, and it's like I don't get what the point of that would be. If anything, it's great. I need to get my butt in the game and go hard today, like because today it's they kick the door down. I always hear about like people say it's worse to be first or whatever. But the door's kicked down, so if anything, now's the time I need to like really get my head in the game and walk through it. Yeah,
I saw an interview with Young Lean recently, where he kind of had like similar thoughts, and I know he was a fan of you guys. About like he was like, oh yeah, we were like the original like SoundCloud rappers, and then obviously other people came in on like SoundCloud and like blew it way up bigger. But, in the new generation, are there any artists that you are a fan of or listen to that? No?
Definitely no. But I'll say like 2019, I was starting to get into Lil Uzi.
Okay.
I definitely want to produce for Lil Uzi.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, I definitely think me and Lil Uzi could do some cool stuff. But no, and I'm not saying no as in like they're not good. It's that I don't listen, and like it's so much music. It's so much music from people from before my time. Like I was always a young dude who was listening to people older than me. So those people who are older than me are still making music. So it's like I'm sticking with them.
That's what you listen to still?
Yeah, I still listen to the oldies. I still listen to the OGs, man.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna play Legal ID real quick, and then do you want to choose another song for us as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Thank you for having me.
All right, and then we'll do a couple more questions, and then we'll
wrap him up.
All right, and we are back once again, joined with the wonderful Squadda B in downtown San Jose, 90.5 KSJS San Jose. My name's DJ Coffin. This is the Cremation Booth. So far, we've talked about your new work that you put out this year, Wonderful World of Squadda B, Secret Mixtape 6, as well as your work with Main Attrakions, Green Nova, Bruiser Brigade, Lil B, Danny Brown. Covered a lot of ground. Something that you touched on a little bit already, as like a producer and a rapper, which do you prefer?
Ooh, good question. Rapping is the easiest by far. Rapping is the easiest by far. But producing is different. Producing is, I prefer rapping for sure. But producing is fun. Producing is a lot more expressive. Producing is a lot more, I would even say producing is more fulfilling. But I prefer rapping because I did it first. I can do it with anybody. Like, I can rap on literally anything. And yeah, I prefer rapping, but producing is a lot more fulfilling. I feel like business-wise, it's I'm able, and I do like making beats. I do, you know, FL Studio, let's go, FL. I'm a big fan of FL Studio. So it's like video games. It's like playing it's my version of PlayStation.
Okay.
Like, so I like producing a lot. But I think I'll be producing longer than I'll be rapping, because sometimes with rapping, I don't want to be dry. So sometimes I want to like turn up and get energized, drink a bunch of coffee and stuff like that. I don't have to do that for beats. I could wake up and be groggy and make a beat. So producing is a little easier. I feel like, yeah, it's more sustainable to be a producer for sure. So I'll probably be a producer longer, but rapping is my thing. Like, I grew up rapping, so
All right.
there's that.
And is the way that you approach like making beats versus rapping, how is that different for you?
Yeah, so with producing, I could literally do it naked. Like, I could be at home, I could hop out the shower and have the computer just right here and boop, 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 boop. So, I mean, sometimes if I know I'm going to be producing for someone, then I'll have a certain, I'll look for certain samples. I'll leave a certain time. Like the other day, I was like, I'm going to try to make some beats for Danny Brown. So I set up all my high-end equipment and had a whole little ritual thing there. But with rapping, it's kind of like, I've been doing that for so long that it's kind of like it's a little more high maintenance. It's a little more stuff to do with it. Like, this is a Shure SM7B, right? I got one of these at home. I got a couple of these. So it is more of an environmental. I need an environment where it's quiet. I need, I need the headphones. I need all this stuff. So it's definitely, the approach to rapping is way more, just so much more stuff, so much more tedious. Whereas producing, I can go to Starbucks and sit down. Maybe not Starbucks band, but I can go to somewhere and sit down and produce anywhere. So producing is just so much easier to do.
And then, so when you're approaching your like rapping, do you normally write your raps, or do you lay it down freestyle, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's weird. It depends. I know when I did Bossellini Fulions, I was very big on freestyling. It's fun that way. And then I grew into coming up with the words in my head. Like, I would repeat the words. I'd come up with a word, come up with the next line, and just keep repeating it until I remember it. Mostly because I feel like when I'm writing raps and I read it, it feels like I'm reading it. Like, even now, I was planning on doing a song from earlier in my career on the Bass World Records release. I was planning on shooting a video for that instead of the one I did today. But as I'm listening to it, I'm like, it sounds like I'm reading it. Like, it's weird. Yeah. Like, when I was growing up, when we were doing the Main Attractions thing, Mondre's cousin, he used to have us, he wouldn't let us go to this. He was paying for studio time, so he wouldn't let us go to the studio unless we had the songs memorized. And I think that's the best way to do it, but that takes so long. Like, it's it's work. Rapping is work, but at the same time, I'm good at rapping as far as like creating stuff, so it's kind of not work at the same time.
Okay. I had a follow-up question, but I think I lost it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm falling off. Yeah, I'm getting tired too.
Okay.
You drink coffee?
I do. I had a matcha this morning.
Matcha for the win. I mess with matcha. Matchas are cool.
Yeah, what's your favorite like caffeinated drink? Are you coffee, energy drinks?
Yeah, I'm straight black coffee. I actually this is a fun topic. Let me move these books. So I'm a big fan of caffeine pills.
Okay.
I have right here a bottle of caffeine pills. Tonget Ali. This is also kind of like a caffeinated thing. You don't want to take this too late at night. I guess that's more like a workout type supplement. But yeah, that gets me energized. So when we talk about rapping, this is the stuff that I need. I got She Legit pills.
Okay.
She Legit, Be Legit, She Legit. You got the She Legit pills. Is that all I brought out? That's all I brought out today. But so
did you have like a powder that you took?
Yeah, you seen that. See, I didn't want to really promote that too much.
I was on that for a little bit.
So what happened?
I don't know. I just like stopped doing it. But when I was in community college, I used to pop that before.
Used to
going
get
class.
down with the get down.
Yeah.
This stuff is good.
It's fun. I've heard that it can be bad news though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to promote it. So I am sober. I don't smoke weed. I don't do most of everything. I really don't drink like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll make some space for this. Now, if I'm trying to unwind, I will do the kava pills.
Okay.
I love kava. These are more of my unwind type pills. My rhodiola rosea, L-theanine.
Okay.
Theanine.
I've heard of some of these.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I've been playing with this cocktail type thing for quite some bit because I've been going on and off of weed and stuff like that for a while. So I got to come up with my replacements. But as far as coffee and stuff, like straight black coffee, I'm not too fancy. But
is that because it's just like utility to you? Like you just want to get the caffeine? Like interesting. Interesting.
Excuse me. I would do the whatchamacallit, espresso, but sometimes that takes too long. Yeah, I'm really just trying to be in and out of places. So it's like, just give me the cup of coffee.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to like sit down, sip a drink, but
yeah. When I was in my last relationship, not the one I'm in now, we used to go to a bunch of cafes and sit down and
cute little date.
Yeah, cappuccinos here and there, Gibraltar maybe, cortado. Well, I like Americanos, but that's still kind of simpleton. But, I'm a big caffeine guy.
Yeah. And speaking of your relationship, I think I saw something. You have a fiance now?
Oh yes, I do. I don't have a ring right now, so I'm bad news brown. I'm gonna get one tomorrow. But yes, much love. Oh, okay, I see you.
Oh, that's good.
Much love and respect to my fiance. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I am in love. I am in love. Yeah, the supplement stack is life. That's how I move around right now. And it works. Like, I wouldn't do it if it didn't work. It works. It helps me feel good. It helps me relax or turn up. So when it comes to rapping, that's the type of stuff I need. Like, I need a lot of that.
Okay, so that's interesting because I feel like your music in the past was very focused on, like, some of it was, like, centered around substances. But now you kind of switched out the substances. Do you think that you need to have like some sort of like altered headspace to make music, or
it works better for me? It works better for me. I feel like when I'm completely stone cold sober, nothing in me, including caffeine and all that, like I'm just boring. Like it's just dry. Like it's just like like it's not fun. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. Like
Sucks
sometimes you need like a little something to like just itch to like.
Yeah, and I want people to be entertained. So like if I'm not entertained as I'm doing it, it's like boo. Like I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear it, and then I expect other people to hear it and love it. Like it's crazy. So that's why I feel like producing is more sustainable, because I can make entertaining stuff anytime with the beats and stuff like that. Like it doesn't take much. But like, whereas even if I'm like turned up on some substances, sometimes it can be bad for beats, because then I'm just scatterbrained and I'm not, doing the technical stuff right. So it's really weird.
Okay.
But yeah, it's best for rapping.
Okay. In terms of your work that you put out this year, anything else you want to talk about specifically in relation to those, or anything you got coming up new?
The Greatest Producer I Know. It's a mini series that's leading up to my book that's coming out. The Greatest Producer I Know. I have a book. I just finished the audio book a few days ago. So if anyone has ever, it's really for entry level producers. Like it's cool if you made beats already. It's cool for everyone, but it's really if you ever wanted to be a producer, or if you're curious about, what it is to be a producer. Like this would be a cool book for you to read. I've been making beats for a long time. I've made beats for a couple cool people. The interviews that I've been doing, they're on my YouTube, Squadda B. I'm / Squadda B on anything. You can find me pretty easily. The interviews I've been doing is pretty much getting the same book out of guest stars and stuff like that, other producers. And I will drop the bomb here. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I am going to interview him on Thursday for the show as my grand finale, season finale for this first one. So that's
exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
We got some of his CDs in here.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
You should. you better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hip hop legend right there. So I'm really blessed to be able to kick it with him. And yeah, that's another thing about rapping that's pretty cool. Like other people in the industry, other people who do it, they'll hear about you. Like he heard about the whole cloud rap movement and everything, and he was like, "Yeah, I know Main Attrakions. I know this." I'm like, "You know Main Attrakions?" He's like, "Yeah."
That's kind of crazy to think about. I feel like he feels like a whole different like niche.
He's hip.
That's super cool.
He's hip for sure. Like he's hip to everything. Like he knows about Bruiser Wolf. He knows about everything. We're able to talk about a lot of stuff. Like,
bro, I'm really happy that Bruiser Wolf is. It feels like he's really getting a lot of attention.
It's his time right now,
and he's been slept on for a while.
What?
So shout out to him.
Shout out to Bruiser Wolf. Potluck out right now. That's the album that I'm a part of. But Bruiser Wolf is a hard working dude, man. Like when I was able to be around them, like. Wolf is a different animal. Like I was in a studio session with him before and I was trying to get on a song. Mm-hmm. I was like coming up with the words in my head. I was doing it this way, like coming up with bars and building them up in my head. And he'll say some crazy stuff and he'll be like, go to the next beat, go to the next beat. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? No, that was a hit right there.
His flow is so like unique and so interesting too. Like I've never heard anyone else like do that same flow. Or actually on not the one off Potluck, but on their other collaboration, him and DJ Lucas. DJ Lucas, he did the Bruiser Wolf flow, and I was like, yeah, like I had never heard another artist like do that type of flow, and it's
crazy.
It's super cool.
It would be DJ Lucas, cool dude, man. Yeah, shout out to Bruiser Wolf. I know he has a show in San Francisco coming up pretty soon, so go check that out. If you haven't heard of Bruiser Wolf, go check him out. I heard Kevin Durant recently name dropped him. You know, so
which feels again so random. Like
it is random, and then you got Lil B who had the curse on Kevin Durant. So I'm kind of caught in the middle of that. Like I don't know which side to.
He got uncursed.
He got uncursed, right? See, I'm out the loop, man. You know, you can't. It's hard to keep up with all these guys.
Mm-hmm. And album with JUS on the way as well. Right?
Album with JUS, thank you. Album with JUS is about to be on the work, so I need y'all energy. I need y'all to, cross your fingers, stomp your feet, and hope that everything comes together good. I made about 25 beats for him the previous weekend, the weekend two ago. I'm gonna keep on working on stuff. I got some crazy stuff that hopefully he hops on. And then I got the greatest producer I know. The book is coming soon. We're getting that edited right now. I just did the audiobook version of that. And in the meantime, we're doing, I call it a mini series. You can call it a podcast, but it's really it's a mini series to, get people ready for what I'm about to talk about in the book. And I'm getting others' perspectives and really hyped to interview Dell. Like it's kind of crazy being an interviewer. It's kind of fun. It's definitely, I love producing. I got into producing because I love music, and so to read the books by the RZA and to read all the scratch magazines and the producer books that was out back in the day, like 2005 and 6, it's good to be back on that timing. And I want the people coming up today, and even people who've been around for a while, I want people to, love the art form, because it is an art form. It is, there's definitely certain rituals to it. It's definitely. We're doing some pretty freaky things.
Mm-hmm. All right, and to wrap things up, I want to do a kind of rapid fire questions with you.
All right, I'll try to keep it clean.
All right, if you could collab with one artist, alive or dead, who would it be?
Ooh, oh boy.
You could give a couple if you want
to. Yeah, because I'm gonna regret my answer. I mean, I said Lil Uzi earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, DJ Paul or Juicy J, 3-6 Mafia.
Oh yeah, shout out. Outside of music, what inspires you?
Wrestling,
like WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fire. What is your favorite fruit?
Strawberry,
fire. For someone who's never heard any of your music, if you were to recommend one song from your catalog, what would it be?
What song? Probably Sublime Ridden off of Secret Mixtape 6.
Okay. If you could control any natural element, which would it be?
Ooh, having to poop.
I was more talking about Avatar, like they got like fire, water, earth, air.
Oh, okay. Wow. Whatever element light is, I don't know.
Light. Okay. Interesting. I guess that'd be like fire, because I think they can control like electricity and stuff too.
Wow.
But what's your favorite like type of food? Like Mexican, Asian, like what kind of cuisine?
Yeah, Mexican followed by Asian and soul food.
Okay. Right. If you could go on a vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Ooh, all paid for studio.
All right. Do you have any message to your past self if you could send it?
Keep working.
Keep working. And last question, for any kids listening, message to the youth, what would you say?
Prepare for your elder days, or the days when you're older. Think about your days when you're old early.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Squadda B, for joining us today.
Thank you, DJ Coffin, right?
Yeah.
DJ Coffin, DJ
Yes,
Coffin.
sir.
Woo! I love
This
getting
was a
people's
dope
names right.
conversation.
This was fun. You're really good at what you do, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure.
We'll give you a handshake throughout the mic. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some pictures real
Please,
quick.
let's get some pictures.
In the meantime, we'll send you off with something off the Secret Mixtape 6. Once again, Squadda B, Wonderful World of Squadda B, Secret Mixtape 6,
Yeah.
out now.
Bruiser
Brigade, everything. Anything you want to plug?
Bruiser Brigade. Shout out Bass World. Shout out Green Over Records. But yeah, and Side and Beezy till the world ends. Let's go.